When we looked at our VAT summary report earlier, we noticed there were some VAT exceptions. So let's have a look at the VAT exception report. If I go to taxes on the left hand side, we will see under taxes that one of the reports in our list here is the VAT exception details. So that's where we can access the VAT exceptions. We can also access it through the view summary at the bottom of the summary, and equally on the detail it will highlight that there are exceptions. So these exceptions will be added to the return numbers that are produced in this VAT summary to come up with your totals for your VAT submission. So these are the totals for the period, but we know we've got extra detail in our exception report to look at. So I said I can go in through the link here, or I can go through the report section that we looked at earlier. If I go through the link here to the exceptions, we'll see here that I've got an exception that appeared, which is a change from a previous period. So exceptions really are basically saying we've submitted a VAT return, we've now changed a transaction, that transaction is feeding into the next return, so it's self-correcting as it goes. So in this particular example, we can see here the filed amount 1594. So this particular entry was filed in the last return at 20%, and that's the total we claimed back on it. It subsequently has been changed, and we've now put it in as a reduced rate, a 5% entry, and the impact of that is to reduce the VAT reclaim, and we're now reclaiming 1455. So in the return, it's doing a netting of that to say we've overclaimed 3639, and it's going to include that in the figures for the current return to correct the position. So as long as we're happy with the transactions that we see in the exception report, they make sense, they are changes that we've made and we understand why we've made them, then we can be comfortable that these actions are appropriate for our return and the corrections will be made for us. So we're only concerned really if there's things on this report that don't make sense to us and we have to investigate them further. So that's the VAT exception report. That's QuickBooks helping you to correct the VAT position for errors made in previous VAT quarters.